You're listening to the Cultured Bumpkin, a literature podcast with Jake Phillips, where we present audiobook quality readings of the classics for your enjoyment. Thank you for stopping by. And remember, just because you're a bumpkin doesn't mean you can't be cultured. Hello and welcome to the Cultured Bumpkin. I'm Jake. Today we're going to be reading from a guy named Wildred Owen. He was one of the war poets of the Great War, World War I. He was a British soldier. He was born in Shropshire, England in 1893, and he was killed November 4th, 1918, 1 week before the armistice, which makes this even more sad. But instead of his words being bitter, he paints such a beautiful picture with his words, even though he's talking about horrific things like the whole nation's youth being butchered in the battlefields and trenches of France. But listen to how he says it. This poem is called Anthem for Doomed Youth by Wildred Owen. What passing bells for these who die as cattle? Only the monstrous anger of the guns. Only the stuttering rifle's rapid rattle can patter out their hasty orisons. No mockeries for them, no prayers, nor bells, nor any voice of mourning save the choirs, the shrill, demented choirs of wailing shells, and bugles calling for them from sad shires. What candles may be held to speed them all? Not in the hands of boys, but in their eyes shall shine the holy glimmers of goodbyes. The pallor of girls' brows shall be their pall, their flowers the tenderness of patient minds, and each slow dusk a drawing down of blinds. That's powerful. He saw some horrific things in World War I, and he didn't try and make it sound glorious or romantic at all. I mean, that kind of makes you sick to your stomach. And that's how war is. It's awful. It should never be taken lightly. And anybody that enters into one lightly is a terrible person. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you very much for listening. You've been listening to The Cultured Bumpkin, a literature podcast with Jake Phillips. Thank you very much for listening. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed this, would you mind going and subscribing and leaving a nice review on whatever podcast platform you heard this on? I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you next time.